Guys, so the game has changed. The race has changed. Literally, the race of the candidate, likely the Democratic candidate, has changed. It's Kamala Harris. It's no longer Sleepy Joe. Sleepy Joe, time to go to sleep. We know this. So they're basically saying, listen, Democrats, thanks for coming. No matter who you put out there, you ain't beating Trump this time. But there's a lot of people saying, no, not so fast. Let's see if the Democratic Party can actually pull a little rabbit out of its hat. So there's a guy named Harry Enton. He went on CNN. He's a CNN poll expert. And he started talking about, listen, here's what's going on in America. I don't think you're going to beat Trump. Let's pull up this clip, Alejandra. He sounds the alarm on how difficult it'll be for Kamala Harris to beat Donald Trump. So, ready for that?
Yes.
That's not this one. That's the other one. Perfect.
Sound. Ready.
Go ahead.
Difficult to beat Donald Trump, and I want to give you an understanding of why. Let's take a look here just first at the favorable views of Donald Trump. We know that Donald Trump has historically been unpopular, but take a look now. After the Republican National Convention, in the ABC News Ipsos poll, he recorded his highest ever favorable rating at 40%. That's not a one-off. Take a look at the Quinnipiac University poll, 46%. That's the highest ever in that pollster. The fact is, Donald Trump is more popular now than he ever has been before. So yes, Democrats can make this switcheroo, but they're still going to have to beat Donald Trump, a Donald Trump who is stronger, Sarah, than he has ever been before.
Okay. So here it is.
No.
We're going to get into a lot of politics today. We're going to get a lot of culture today. Just on the surface, what you know now. If Kamala is the candidate, can she beat Donald Trump? Is that even possible? Red or green? Okay. No. You're saying yes.
But
No. So the only person here who thinks that Kamala can beat Donald Trump is the guy that is definitely voting for Donald Trump. Can I make a guess what you're going to say?
Can you take a guess? Yeah, take a guess.
Gen Z.
They're going to cheat. Go ahead.
They're gonna cheat.
Give us the cheating answer.
These people are willing to burn the entire world down to make sure they stay in power. So they have everything possible up their sleeves. They could, let nuclear bomb loose. They could, knock out the power grid. They could launch a cyber attack like they did the day after the RNC, which I don't think was an accident. So I don't think these people are willing to do anything to make sure they stay in power. I don't think that Kamala's going to be the long-term candidate. I think they're going to figure something out. But if she is, there's nothing that's off the table with what they're willing to do. So that's not my first guess. If you told me to make a bet on it, I would bet that Trump's going to beat her if she's the candidate. But it is possible that she wins because of that.
Okay, gotcha. So the only person to pull up that Joe Biden clip, because we're going to have a discussion of if Kamala's even the candidate, we know that it's going to be Trump. The whole thing surrounding Trump, by the way, you know that Biden showed up out of nowhere yesterday and gave a speech.
Oh.
Anybody see it?
Or was it AI?
Deep fake.
A lot of people say it's AI.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is Biden stepping down. He's basically saying, Kamala, it's your turn. Ain't nobody vote for Kamala. Just, pass the torch. He used it. But then they use these words, threat to democracy.
Yep.
Play this clip. Go ahead.
Chavez. When Ben Franklin was asked, as he emerged from the convention going on, whether the founders had given America a monarchy or republic, Franklin's response was a republic, if you can keep it. A republic, if you can keep it. Whether we keep our republic is now in your hands.
You did it, Joe. You read all the words.
That wasn't AI. That was
a little. You think that was AI?
No, that's not AI.
It was him?
When I heard the.
Well, they had to make it look believable.
Right.
Padrino, you said something very interesting there because you're a wife, you're a mother.
Joe.
How impressed are you that he read all the words?
You did it, Joe. You read all the words and the hard ones like republic and monarchy. You did it, Joe. Yeah, no. As a wife, what Jill is doing, if that is really him, is so embarrassing. I've likened it to even if you're not married, if your boyfriend is out and drinking too much, you for his well-being, if he's acting a little bit funny, you pull him to the side because you don't want him to be embarrassed. Imagine that on the global scale. Just any respect for your partner, for your spouse, boyfriend, whatever it is, you're maybe, just stand over here for a little bit. Just basic respect. And she is completely putting him out on the street for everybody to see his
She was called an
decline.
enabler.
It's not even I wouldn't say enabler is like you're allowing him to do something bad, which yes, but you're allowing him to be seen as like this super weak man, and it's just like it's not a good look.
So I like what you did there. You said, listen, whether you're married, whether you have a boyfriend, like as a wife, it's kind of your job to make sure your significant others
it's
representing.
I wouldn't say it's your job, but it's basic respect in a partnership that you don't want your partner to look awful. Like that's like in little settings. Imagine on the global stage, it's just, I don't know. I don't find it.
Okay.
But she's done it already. She doesn't care. She's getting paid.
She doesn't. Oh no, I'm
She's
saying she
getting
doesn't
paid.
care.
She's like,
I'm just saying it's a bad look.
He
She's
answered all the
squeezing
questions.
as much out of
Well, guys, red or
You did
green?
it, Joe.
I just want. By the way, it's no fun if everyone has the exact same answer. So
So change
be
it up
yourself.
like Brandon.
No, I'm just saying, be yourself. Like,
Well, I
you're not-
agree 100%
Nobody's
with
getting
Brent.
canceled.
Yeah.
here.
Like,
Here's the question,
cheating will
though:
ensue.
red or green?
It's gonna happen.
Is Donald Trump actually a threat to democracy? Red or green?
Brandon Aceto.
You'll see.
No,
See.
no, yes, no, not, no. So, Flavor, you think that Donald Trump is a threat to democracy? Tell us why.
Yeah, there are radical groups behind Trump. Well, that's no surprise to anybody. So
Like who?
him having in power, I mean the groups that came in on January 6th, we have people that if Trump doesn't come in power, or if they feel like they're cheated out, or maybe he does come in power and they feel more empowered, you could see them acting a certain type of way. I'm not saying it's directly correlated to Trump, but maybe the way they start to feel, it could cause a shift. It's potential. Not saying it would, but it could happen.
You're saying that there's a threat right there. Who's going to ask something back?
Would you say that BLM and the pro-Hamas people are equally a threat to democracy than on the left?
Oh yeah, I mean there's radical groups on both sides, but it's more saying that there is on his side. Not saying it's him, but
There's good people on both sides.
yeah, there's good people. There's bad people.
All right.
Drino for the win.
You want to know why I said
Yeah,
yes?
Brandon, why do you think he's a threat to democracy?
So he's a threat to the the democracy that the Democrats use, because their version of democracy, it represents what they did the other day. Why they took Joe Biden out of the race, and these powers that be, the delegates, they anointed Kamala Harris against the will of the people. So what they say democracy, they mean the system they have in place that limits power to certain people that they approve of. Because I've been saying the past year or two, if they let RFK run as a nominee, he would beat Trump. If they let Tulsi Gabbard run, she would beat Trump. But same thing with Joe Manchin. But they care so much about controlling the candidate that they won't let an outsider in. They have to have a puppet in there. So that's what their version of democracy is, not the actual term of it. So Trump is a threat to that system, to control the person who's in power and let this globalist crap happen and weaken America to the point of having a one world government. So that's what he's a threat to, and I'm all for that, because with the word they use, democracy, that's against all of our best interests.
Gotcha. Annie, what did you answer?
I answered no.
You said he's not a threat to democracy.
No.
Why not?
So, well, I think the whole thing in general with politics is that there's never been so much division, I think, as there is now. And so I would kind of argue that there's maybe threats on both sides and not just on him, because I think we're all doing it. I don't think that he is specifically a threat.
Okay.
I think about you and
J Lot, what were you gonna say?
Shug just said Shug. I said it right. Yeah.
Flavor.
Flavor.
Flavor. Sauce, not sugar.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like, you're
that
right or
what
you're
you're
left.
saying, both of you, what you brought up weren't threats in terms of democracy. You just were talking about violent, like you were saying, like Jan 6, and you were saying like, oh, there's both sides, but that's not a threat to the overarching idea of democracy. I think, as the question was posed, it's more threat that people will get rowdy if they don't get their way. But I don't see that as the same thing. Like,
Would you agree that's a fraudulent use of the word democracy when they use it, when they say he's a threat to democracy? Like, they don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're
they're playing with it.
causing-
Absolutely.
100%.
When the Democrats say that Donald Trump is a threat to democracy, they are causing people on the right and the left to use that for political ammunition. At the end of the day, the left doesn't have the same definition of democracy, absolutely, to where you have Kamala Harris, who was basically just instilled by her own party.
Yep.
And I saw even BLM posted about it, saying that this is not a democratic motion at all. And in reality, you're right that Donald Trump, he's a threat to the system. He is a threat to the system that they have created and profited off of for years. And for the first time in 2016, I think the left actually got their wake-up call, thinking, oh my gosh, there's somebody in our nation who can actually protect the American people and the Constitution and isn't going to be able to be paid and bought off.
100%. And that's why they're so freaked out. And that's why we're seeing like these crazy radical events that we haven't seen. Like within a 10-day span, they almost killed 2 presidents, like the presidential nominee and the current president.
And Jimmy Carter almost died.
Yeah.
We thought, we could have lost 3 presidents in a week.
Yeah.
Insane.
no
Last
coincidence.
question of this little segment right here. Donald Trump should be dead right now.
Yeah.
You guys know this?
Yeah.
I mean, he got shot in the ear. Everyone, touch your ear. It is 1 centimeter from your freaking brain. The fact that we're not having a funeral for Donald Trump right now is like, what kind of chaos would happen in the country if he actually got shot in the face?
In
Like
front
from
of
the movie,
everyone.
In front of everybody. Millions of
Hangover.
people.
The French Revolution, that type of shit.
Border,
Would've been
right?
civil
Let
war.
them eat cake. So here's my question for you guys. Donald Trump, just whether you like him, whether you don't like him, doesn't even matter. Did you gain more respect from him, or is the exact same amount of feeling you had for him after the whole fight got shot in the face? More respect, Green, the exact same amount you felt with him prior to that?
Exact same. You said exact same.
Exact same. Okay, so you have more. Jorge, can you hold it up? You have more, exact same.
Wait.
Oh, no, you have more,
Yeah.
exact same, more. So you're the exact same. It's like he didn't do anything to be like help you, hurt, whatever. Tell us why.
I mean, I feel like that could have happened to anyone. They just happened to choose him, obviously, because he is a threat to the campaign. I respect him as a businessman and as someone who's actually, he's a strange man, but I feel like he has good intentions. But I feel like he also, I mean, nobody wants to get shot, but I feel like he also used that to his advantage. So it's like almost like for show.
Yeah,
like-
but
Should he have not, though?
in the you gotta
Should
give
he
him.
have not used it to
I
his
mean, of
advantage?
course, but I'm saying it could have happened to anyone. It just
Yeah.
so happened that he
It
was
could
the
have happened
chosen
to
one.
anybody,
He
but
got street
nobody
cred.
would have responded like that.
Yeah.
Period.
When he
It-
came out to Many Men, and I was like, that's the
He
most
got
gangster
street
shit
cred.
I've ever seen
Yup.
presidents
Yup.
do in my
At the
life.
RNC, or where did he
Yeah.
come out to that?
The song Many Men by
Many
50
Men.
Cent.
I saw so many
Many
things
Men.
on Twitter.
Bro. That was funny.
But I agree that it could have happened to anybody, but it's not like,
So
people are getting mowed down and giving public speeches. It's not so much, they say that life is 80% of how you respond to what happens to you. Most other people would have ducked, ran for cover. Secret Service would have whisked them away. His famous words were, wait, where my shoes at? AKA, where my dogs at? And then he's like, hold on, fight. And when he did that iconic photo, it's going to go down as one of the most iconic photos in American history.
Adam,
Yes?
Yeah,
he's
that's
the
a
most
history
mentally
book
tough
photo.
person in the world. Like I wouldn't have said that a long time ago, but after the last 10 years, I literally think he's the most mentally tough person in the world. Because think of the stress that he's been under from the day that he went into office. There was not a chill moment of his presidency where he didn't have the world against him, and then like investigation and whatever the Congress voted him out twice. Then gets out. They try to bankrupt him. All the legal stuff. Somehow he gets through all of it. Then the psychological impact of almost dying would like drastically affect some people. But literally 1 week after, not a minute later, he was out there campaigning as if nothing happened. That's insane. And then 2 days later, he's at the RNC. That's insane.
Yeah, I think we definitely
Badass.
downplay all the things that he's gone through. And even you articulating right now, I'm like, yeah, like because it's all happened within relatively like a long time span, that they're not all at once. We're like, okay, that's just normal. No, it's not. Like people
No.
don't go through all that. And I don't think, just anybody can get shot, and him capitalizing on it is that just makes sense.
They go after
I
the
mean,
good guys.
Yeah.
If they're doing something good for our nation or doing something good for the American people, then they're going to go after you. And he said it himself. They're not just coming after me. They're coming after you guys. I'm in the way of it. And so this was just honestly evidence. They're going after Trump and they're trying to get through him to control the American people.
Yeah, just look at who they've taken out politically or socially.
Yep.
Lincoln, right?
Yep.
JFK, RFK,
Almost Reagan.
MLK, Tupac. Forget about Tupac, y'all. Biggie,
like you said, almost
and now
Reagan.
almost
Yep.
Trump. Many men wish death on me, but Trump's alive. You hear this? You
most-
guys let me know in the comments what you guys think.
Real quick, the most powerful thing he ever said is the future does not belong to globalists, it belongs to patriots. And that was, I think, the most dangerous thing that he ever said, that put the biggest target on his back.
All right. Brandon, we know where you stand, okay? You're,
Yeah,
you're
nationalism for
complicated.
globalism. Call me crazy.
Are you coming to the vault? Oh, what's the vault? You know about the vault? The vault is the ultimate event for entrepreneurs to level up their game and learn from the best in the game. Last year, we had Tom Brady and Mike Tyson, and I said to our CEO, Patrick Bet-David, I said, how are we gonna top that? He said, how we're gonna top that? How about The Rock? So this year, Patrick Bet-David went out and got Dwayne The Rock Johnson. So he's going to be there along with PBD, the Biz Doc, and me. Yeah, if you want to join us at the Vault Conference, check out thevaultconference.com. It's going down in West Palm Beach, September 4th through 7th. If you want to make more money, improve your business, and expand your network, you have to be at the Vault. We'll see you there. Oh, you like that? Well, if you want to see more of that, check out this clip right here. And if you want even more, check out this clip right here, only on the SOSCAST.